This is the famous theater scene. This is where the representative of the Doge arrived in Cyprus. They all welcomed him. Desdemona is particularly familiar with him because he has been assisting her father. So he reminds her of her father. He gives her fatherly gestures. They treat him to the newly produced wine, and they make him sit in their chairs in his honor. They have prepared, the local villagers have prepared a Greek style comedy for his entertainment. So they all see a little two-curtain stage is brought and the performance starts. Everybody's masked. I'm very experienced in the Kabuki theater. It is very important that we know that the masks are one-dimensional. So no turns, everything is like facing forward and the expression. So we'll talk a lot more about it, but it's real easy as long as we know the Kabuki. From the two curtains first comes Apollo with his lira, and he's playing his lira, announcing the beginning of the performance. After him comes Aphrodite, totally sexy, porn star in her pink thing. Then Hera and Zeus come out, and Athena and Ares. The two men, of course, admire Aphrodite and desire Aphrodite, but the two ladies pull them around Apollo and force them to listen to the music. During the performance, Zeus is interested in Aphrodite, Hera catches it and moves him. Then Ares is interested, Athena gets upset, pulls him away. The two women get together and tell Zeus, you've got to do something about her. Zeus thinks and he sees Hephaistos, who is on the corner hammering his metalware. He has been a goldsmith to the god, producing jewelry. So he brings Aphrodite to him. He gives her jewelry and he says, would you like to marry her? And Hephaistos, they both say yes. Hephaestus, as a token of appreciation to Zeus, gives him a beautiful chain of gold, and Zeus marries them. So they're married and happily married. And as soon as the marriage is over, Hephaestus returns to his work to do more and more jewelry. Aphrodite is watching him, he gives her more jewelry. But Aphrodite really got married for more sex. So she's caressing him. She raises slightly his apron and he sees that nothing has happened down there. She turns and goes to the other side. She caresses him with her toe and raises the apron and nothing is going down there. So she's very, very upset and disappointed. Ares walks in. He has just damaged one of his knives in the wall and he wants Hephaestus to repair it. Aphrodite takes it, gives to Hephaestus and says, repair it. And then goes to Ares and she starts caressing him and raises a little bit his apron and there's something a lot going down there. So she goes back to Hephaestus and says, repair the thing a little bit more, return to Ares and starts pulling him aside so they can go behind the bushes and have some sex. Ares follows her. You can see them behind the bushes, enjoying each other in total humor. And all has to be done in a very kabuki type of comic tragedy, like a Greek Lysistrati. While they're enjoying themselves, Hephaestus keeps hammering and hammering and hammering, and the scene goes on. Finally, Apollo finishes his performance. The gods are still overtaken by his music. He comes and he sees them behind the bushes, and so he goes and tells Hephaestus. Hephaestus gets very, very upset and starts pulling a net which he hammers and makes it like an impossible net to break through. And he slowly goes behind the bushes where Ares is having sex with Aphrodite and throws the net over them, and so entraps him in the net, and therefore they are unable to escape. He then brings them in front of all the gods, entrapped by the net, and starts interrupting the gods' enjoyment of the performance of Apollo, and says, "This woman has been unfaithful to me, and she made me cry and hurted my feelings. She's not worth to be on Olympus." Zeus comes forward and says, "Let us hear her story. Take back your dowry, what you gave me as a gift, and undo." So he convinces Hephaestus to undo the net, and Aphrodite comes out, and so comes Ares, and they tell her what happened. Aphrodite says, "You got me married to him, but his thing was extremely small. Whether I met him, and he's much more of a bigger man." So the gods look small, big, and start pointing at Hephaestus and laughing at him. At that point, everybody freezes except Othello, who is having the net of Hephaestus in his hand. He plays a little bit with the net as if something of jealousy is awakening him and identifying himself with that net. The snakes, 6 to 8 snakes, start coming from different parts, some even from the stage, and they start going towards Othello. They start pulling him slowly away, with him rotating with the net, and put him in a position near Hephaestus, who is frozen, and they start rotating him around as if he's identified with Hephaestus. So the rotation, Hephaestus, Othello, Hephaestus, Othello. Then they put him aside. Then they slowly, 3 of them crawl and grab frozen Desdemona. They bring her behind Aphrodite and slowly start rotating her as if she's identified with Aphrodite. In the meanwhile, the snakes that are with Othello start turning his face to see the scene. Then they they put back Desdemona in the sea and bring Cassio, rotate him around Ares, and force Othello again to look at it. Othello is totally upset and totally broken, starts walking back to his seat, and at this bam, everybody comes to animation again. So we see Othello totally upset with the net, and the actors ready to continue the performance. Desdemona comes and tells everybody, "Thank you very much. This is the end of the performance." And she goes to her husband, takes the net away, throws it. Iago catches it, and she's trying to calm her Truth and Othello down. He's very upset at the beginning, but slowly, with the love that she has for him, she's managing to calm him down. And they have a little pas de deux, reassuring that they live for each other, they're there for each other, and they can face everything together in life. Othello is slowly coming out of the shock of the performance. And at that point, Iago with the net brings in Cassio and tells him, you see them there dancing, you should go and ask Desdemona to ask her husband once again to restore back to your status. Cassio says this is not the right point, but Iago is persistent, and finally slowly and surely convinces Cassio to go and remind Desdemona that she needs to talk to Othello about his status. Othello is talking to the official from Venice. Desdemona sees Cassio. Cassio asks her, so she goes and brings Cassio in front of the official from Venice and asks Othello to forgive him. At that point, Othello gets mad, pushes her, and literally slaps her. We see how we're going to do it with a push, with a slap, but he really throws her on the floor, totally furious, as if the memories of the performance are settling in with him and coming awake. His jealousy is reaching a frenzy state, and Desdemona gazes herself on the floor. She forgets her scarf, her ring, and totally ashamed, she starts running off stage to go to her room. Iago and the official from Venice try to calm Othello down. They finally calm him down, and Othello, together with the inspector, senator from Venice, and Iago, start marching away as if they're going to inspect the castle and take a tour of the castle together. So as if peace is restored, and Othello is back to his senses again, and they're moving around the castle together. Behind them, Iago follows and totally scheming and totally thinking of his next step. This is an important scene, it's kind of a game changer. This is to show that not only Iago is capable of arousing jealousy in Othello, but also this is an important step that Othello's manhood is challenged. He sees this performance and he feels that he's scorned as a black man, that he's the incapable of the gods, that his wife is cheating with the beautiful of the gods. So this is discrimination, but also manhood. Manhood is very important, particularly to Muslim men. If they make less money than their wives, they almost jump off the window. They always have to feel that they're superior and that the woman is their possession, like an object, which they cannot afford to lose. So this is a very much of a changing point. It's just the entertainment value is in it. Like Shakespeare always loved humor in between the drama, but it is to bring the element that Iago was able to penetrate into Othello by challenging what's instilled in his culture and tradition in the Muslim tradition, is to challenge the fact that he's not the strongest and best man for his wife.